So time to start construction of the PSA character. So everybody's is different, unique, and you'll have your own challenges of building the character. But here's my PSA character that you've been seeing the design coming through. And I've got most of them built here, 3/4 front view. So what I want to take a look at is his construction and how he's put together and how things are working. So let's take a look. I'll come in closer. So I built this to my rotation of the character, but also started to modify to the storyboard. I brought in a storyboard panel, or I could have been bringing in those cleaned up images that I was doing of the different hands, arms, and such that are needed scene by scene. So you'll have to customize and tweak your character to what you need them to do in the scene. So let me take my character apart bit by bit so you can see my construction method. Now again, that's my solutions. Again, hopefully it gives you some ideas between this and the next video. So let me go in really close, and here I've got glasses. So let's take a look at that. So built up of simple pieces. So here we go. I've got the eye here inside, and here's this part of the eye. So the glasses. So and this is all layered. So here, let me just put these back. Let me go in reverse here. There we go. So I've got that part of the thickness of the glasses, and the same here. When I bring this out, you know, that is the front of the glasses, and then I've got this shape tucked in beside, which is locked out here. Let me just undo this so we can open this up. So the head's complete, and here's the nose too, a separate piece, and it is hinged so that I could animate it. So here we go. So I could wiggle it around, and that it is layered so that it's in front of the face as well as the glasses and the eye back here. And then this one, if I put that back together, we can see here is the thickness of the glass, and here is the front of the glasses, which the eyes will fit into. Okay, so just all breaking it down into those simple 2D shapes and bringing that together. And then each of the eyebrows, they're all separate, so I can get different expression happening from that. That underneath the eyebrow, it is the completed head, so that all works. And I've used my color scheme for the most part. So when I've done the head and the hands, it's a dark brown color, and then the flesh color inside. And then inside of these age spots, I've got the orange, and then the nose, I've gone to an orange color. So that all makes sense. For the hand, I've put it together really for this scene here, up against the face. And in this scene, I'm going to have a foreground element which is going to be the counter, which is going to hide him. So I really don't need the feet or the legs or anything for this particular shot. But I can hide it all with that counter, so that all makes sense. And we'll look at that when we start doing backgrounds and setting that up for our shots and finishing backgrounds to work within our scene. So here, I've used those seamless joints so that I can rotate that arm seamlessly. Oh, got that hand. And that's okay. I'll just make sure I don't bring that hand up so that it goes behind the arm there. So again, it's just leveling things that make sense and how your scene's going to work to make sure there's no issue with that. And here I have, well, hang on, let's take a look here. Just breaking all this down. Let's see, is this going to come apart? Yes. So the head is detachable. Again, I unlinked the eyes so I could take them apart. But here's the basic head shape, of which I put the chin and upper mouth into this, so I can remove those. So when I want to use the material ID and have the character talk, I can remove those pieces so that I can substitute the flat with the mouths mapped onto it. So it all works, makes sense. But I've completed the character in behind, so I have the shirt and the arms and everything happening back there. Okay, so let me put that back. So if I grab the body here, I can lift his body out of the pants. So I can actually move him around and rotate this so he can, the body can rock back so he can look up, or rock it forward so he can look down even more. And the complex thing here, and let me move this again, let me move this up out of the way so you can see I completed the design of the pants. So I didn't have that drawn up. So I kind of made it up here as I built. You may want to draw through and set up your 3/4 views, drawing through so you know what's happening. So I want to make sure that pants came right through, that belt with the belt loops all sorted out here. So just in case, he lifts his head up and you see underneath, don't have nothing there. I want to have it, I want to complete the illusion regardless of what his actions are. And the belt is all made up of separate pieces. Again, I have to unlock them here to pull it apart. So, and each of these little pieces here, again, unlock all of that. So that this, so it's all individual pieces like we did for detail on the stretch character. Same for here. It's just figuring out what you need to, how you're going to make pieces and attach them and lock them in. So again, I was linking things as well as locking out the motion, so that these details I don't want to have, the little pant loops and things moving at any time. So I want to lock those things out. Same with the pockets here. That's a separate piece that was made up and then dropped into place and locked in. Same with the fly of the pants and the seam here, all working out. Now when I come down into the legs, the feet here. So again, the same idea of the seamless circular. Oh, look at that, it's not joined. Let me see, I'm gonna have to line this up again so it looks right. Oh, that's pretty good. So again, I'm going to link this to here, make sure that's linked here to here, and let's see if that's going to work. There we go. So if I grab the leg here, yeah, there we go. So that all connects together. So that makes sense. Then I want to make sure the knees work. So there I can have the character walk or jump like I do in my scene and have that work. So the perspective on that, the scene where I'm going to have the character jump up onto the counter, I had a different perspective on the feet, but this one's going to work. So instead of showing the back of the foot and then coming forward, this one actually works okay in perspective there. So I can get away with that without changing, swapping out the foot in different perspective. And then that landing on the counter is good. And then again, I have ankle movement there, so I can make that work. But now when I made the slipper on here, and these two, the feet and the two slippers are exactly the same. I made one and then selected all of the objects there, and then I did a shift and drag, and I had the other one all set. So any kind of ways that you can make the process easier for yourself, all the better. So let me see if I can pull this apart just to show you how you can take some simple graphic elements, but as you stack them together, it gives the illusion of a foot into a slipper. If I pull this away, I didn't do the rest of the foot because I was never going to pull this apart like this. So, this doesn't look like much. And here's the bottom or the sole of the slipper coming into the back. And then when you put this back into place, it gives the illusion, 3/4 front view of a slipper and the foot into it, where we can see the heel and coming up in the ankle there. Over here, exact same thing. I probably did the exact same leg and everything and copied it by shift and dragging it over, but what I added was a shadow. So this is an extra piece, and again I locked it in so that when I pull that out, it'll move with the upper leg, but it gives more depth to here. So rather than coloring this slightly darker, I gave a shadow to it to make that work. And let me just lock that in place. So now if I grab this upper leg here and rotate it, Oh, I didn't join that up either. Here we go. So the joints, I gotta link those. But you can see the shadow moving with it. And that's what's important, yeah, to me in that scene. There we go. That looks pretty good here. Let me go to my link tool. There we go. So let's see if that works. Nope, didn't like it. Let me always check to make sure before you move on anything. So I'm going to because I got to grab. Okay, I'm going to try this once more. See if I can get this to work. So here's the lower leg. I've got the link. I'm going to link this up to. Let's highlight it. So I don't know. Let's see if that worked this time. Yeah, a little tricky this part. So that's what I mean. Each character, each piece going to have a challenge there. There we go. It's attached now. Perfect. So again, if I'm doing that jump scene that was in my film, here I can get the legs in that position so that he is midair jumping up over the counter and up onto it. So, okay, so that's what you want to make sure is that you're building everything so that it all lines up to your story and makes sense. Here we have the 3/4 back view of the character, which is absolutely necessary in my film. So the rotation where I did the color of the 3/4 back, exactly what I need. This hand is actually very usable for what I'm doing, but I do have to do another one where he's holding, I think I have a scene where he's holding the flashlights here. So I'll need to build a replacement. So I'll have to bring in that storyboard frame or even a cleaned up design of what I'm going to do there and to be able to complete that. So the back view, very much the same as what I was doing for the 3/4 front. So again, it's creating the illusion with the flat pieces to make it look dimensional. And as done before, let me grab this, it's not locked out good, that, oh, I didn't attach the arm here. Let me, well, that's fine. I just wanted to show the bottom of the pants that I do draw them all the way through, or build all the pieces. Here, let me bring that back down. I'll have to move the arm out of the way. So yeah, there we go. Oh, nothing's connected there. So that's all complete. This is complete underneath. So when we move the arm around, I can see all of the detail underneath. So here's the same deal. I have to go in and make sure that the lower arm is linked to the upper arm. So it wasn't completely finished there. So let's see if that worked. Much easier than the leg with the shadow that I had. Now, something unique on this one. I have the fold on the arm here. So I thought that was an interesting little detail, and it's something that I left so that I can animate. So for example, if I move this arm upward, you can see that fold does a weird optical illusion that I don't much care for that. But what I can do is I can select that little piece, and did I locked out all the rotation? Hang on. So I can rotate that and move its position. So that fold looks good. And so I can animate the arm and this little fold separately to get that illusion of the clothes folding up at the elbow when it's compressed. Okay, so that's just a little idea that I threw in on that one that I thought would make that a little more interesting. When it comes to the face, again, let me just pull this apart. So, oh, okay, can I grab the face? There we go. So there's the completed head. This shape appears to resemble the ear back there. And then here's the front curvature cheek and then forehead of the character. The glasses, same idea as before. Let me grab both these pieces, see if I can pull them out. Nothing's joined, yeah. So I reversed it. So here's the inside of the glasses. Here's the thickness of the glasses. So I just made sure that the blue color was the thickness. And again, I can pull that apart. You can see the two pieces separate doesn't really look like anything. But once you piece them together and put them in place, it looks like the glasses. The nose as well is tucked in there. Looks a little bit like a hot dog or something here. Maybe the kind of the idea, inspiration behind the design to get that in there. And then the eyebrows as well are all movable here. And they're all attached to the character. They're all linked to the character. So when the character moves, they go with it. Everything should be linked. Hierarchy, the nose attached to the head, the glasses, each piece of the glasses attached to itself, and then linked to the head linked to the body, the upper shirt and then this linked down to the pants. And this is the hips, the pelvis of the character, which is the central part. If I want to move the whole character, I grab it and move it. Okay, so here, back down here to the pants. Now what I didn't do is that little shadow that was giving me problems trying to grab this, but you can see where that added some depth, which I don't have here. Again, I could color this all slightly darker green to give it add to that 3/4 depth that I'm looking for, or I could add that little detail of that outline color as a shadow down here to help give that separation to leg to the body. Now, here I wanted to take a look at the slipper. This is a reverse view of that slipper, 3/4 back, tapering away from ourselves. But how I constructed that one, and this is sort of things that you want to think through. Here I got to unlock, because I locked that into the foot shape, is when I pull this out, grab the foot, here we go, that I kind of did a silhouette of that slipper. And then still did kind of, didn't do all the rest of the foot, just to where it would disappear into the slipper. So I have the ankle down to the heel of the foot, and then cut it off where it would match up into the slipper, so giving the illusion. So these are the two pieces put together. It makes it look like it's a 3/4 back. We got some perspective going on. So that's what we're trying to accomplish. That's what really makes this work and come together. So let's see, did I link all this, or is this all unlinked here? No. Yeah. I had to merge this into another file because, as you saw before, when I was using Max, the image kept disappearing on me. So I found it was a corrupt file, so I had the same issue with this. So I did that import and merge into a new scene, and you can see it's not creating any of those problems anymore. But when I merged it, I found anything linked all blew up. It all was out of proportion, and all the pieces kind of went kapooey on me. So what I did here was I unlinked everything and then re-imported it, and it all came in perfectly. So now I got to relink everything is the only issue with that, but this should be pretty straightforward. Again, the lower part and the upper part are very clearly defined so that I can get that connection. So let me see, is this going to work here? Yep, that works. So all I need now is to get the, let me move this back down here, is to get this lower foot linked up to it. So link tool, link up here to here, and let's see if we're all good to go on that one. Let me see. There we go. Now, completed the illusion. All works good. You can see where this slipper disappears in behind this one. So I'll have to do some leveling to get this from, I'll probably grab all this leg here and move it back so that it stays in behind this one. So these are little things. That's why, I get you to do that jump test to see if we have any leveling issues that ruin the illusion. Okay. So the exact same idea as the front view, but giving the illusion of 3/4 back. And again, this is all used, and this view was used quite a bit in my storyboard. So I'm using 3/4 front, 3/4 back of both the hawk and this character. So that's all I'm building. I had to build the whole character because I do see him in a shot complete of him standing on the counter. Otherwise, he's behind the counter and he's cut back and you don't see any of that. So building to what you need to have the character work in your film is what it's all about. Okay, so hopefully, again, you kept your character simple so that you can build these simple shapes to put them all together. And if you're having any issue, maybe you got to go back and take a look at your character and see where you can simplify to make that work. And again, that'll match in with the Hawk character. He's simple. We saw the construction. Hopefully you're well underway. And with that experience of building the Stretch character and the Hawk character, you're well underway to be able to build this character, your character, and hinge them and make things work just for your film. Don't worry about things that he doesn't need to do. So we want to give enough hinges and things to make him come alive and do the action necessary. But yeah, we don't have to do much more. So, and then adding, different limbs and things that you need from shot to shot to make them perform that. Okay, so that's it for this video. Watch the next one for other 2D characters that I am demonstrating and showing you the unique design as well as the build process for them. And hopefully between all these, give you a good idea to be able to put together your unique character. All right.